It is time for our Saturday Cowboys-Giants preview. You know the drill. We'll be live for this football game. Do not miss out. Could be a fun one. And we are giving away, by far, my favorite item we have ever given away as part of our raffles here at the Cowboys Report. So make sure you subscribe and tune in. Now, the Week 10 matchup. Cowboys now up to, as of filming, a 17-point favorite. That is the largest spread in the NFL so far this season, and it makes sense. Cowboys are playing quite well, and on the flip side, you have a Giants football team that really is not playing good football at the moment. They have had major issues across the board. They're about as banged up as you'll see a football team be at this time of the year. So yeah, Dallas should be a 17-point favorite against the Giants. Now, the Cowboys injury report here. We'll go quickly on these. The Wednesday, Thursday designations are all the same to make note of that. Tyron Smith, illness. I think he'll be fine. KaVontae Turpin, DNP, 2 days in a row with the shoulder injury. I'm not feeling great about that one. Would not be surprised if he's out. We'll know more Friday/Saturday. Marquise Bell, Owa Odighizuwa have been limited so far this week as of our filming right now. On Thursday, those guys should be fine. Maybe Osa's on a pitch count. If the game gets out of hand quickly, you pull your key players like Bell and Osa earlier than maybe you normally would. The Giants, meanwhile, now seems like Andrew Thomas is going to be good to go. He's been battling a hamstring as of late. Darren Waller is off the injury report. Now, what's noteworthy here is that Adoree Jackson, DNP's 2 straight days with a concussion. That does not bode well. That makes me think he's going to be out. So now you're down your best corner in an already bad secondary. Evan Neal, DNP with an ankle. He's in a boot. He's not going to play. So now you're kind of at this point of like, oh no, this is not great for Evan Neal. Thomas has been limited. He should be good to go. So it's a backup right tackle. It's the Tank Lawrence, Micah Parsons rubbing their hands together. They're going to feast against a bad Giants quarterback and a bad offensive line anyway. Justin Pugh has been a full participant. He should be good to go. But the big loss there is going to be Adoree Jackson, Evan Neal, unlikely to play against the Cowboys. Should have some high numbers for this one. What is your confidence level in beating the Giants? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. It's the pinned comment of today's video. If that ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. All right, number 1 matchup to watch. How about the run defense against the Giants offense? I would fully expect the Giants with Tommy DeVito back there at quarterback to try really hard to run the football, or at least get the ball into Saquon's hands on some simple short stuff. Here's the good news for the Dallas Cowboys. The Giants will commit to running the football. They do not run it very effectively. As you can tell, Saquon Barkley at about 4 yards a carry this year. We complain about the Cowboys' ground game being at a 4-yard per carry unit. The Giants are too. Now, Saquon can bust one at any point. Limit the explosives. Make the Giants just run, pass, have them do long, sustained drives. I don't think they have the horses to make that happen. Matchup number 2. What about the special teams battle? Last week against Philadelphia, you made 2 massive errors that really hurt you, that were the hidden yardage, right? Brandon Aubrey kicks it out of bounds. Big mistake. That put the ball at the 40. Rashaan Evans, a face mask on a touchback. What are you doing? The ball's in the end zone. How are you taking the guy's helmet off? That cost them 30 yards on those 2 plays. That matters a lot from that perspective. Now, the good news. Overall, DVOA, it's a great metric for determining who's a good special teams unit or not. The Cowboys are 3rd. It does help when you haven't missed a kick since week 1 in that area, and you have some nice returns from Turpin, who may or may not play. Keep an eye on Deuce Vaughn and Rico Dowdle, Wanye Thomas if he can't go. The Giants are second to last in special teams DVOA. So, yeah, the matchup in favor of the Cowboys. If Turpin plays, I don't think he's going to. We'll see. A return TD would be very much in the cards. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. I'm a big fan of what Prize Picks offers for the following reasons. Number 1, It is you against the numbers. You don't have to battle thousands of other players. You pick more than or less than 2 to 6 player stat projections. That's it. You can mix and match sports, NFL, NBA, NFL, college football, etc. And I love their reboot policy as well. It's injury insurance, folks. If a player goes down in the first quarter of a game or half of the game for whatever reason, concussion, you had Anthony Richardson, he gets hurt, shoot, it's okay. The reboot policy keeps your picks in play. And that way, if you get all the other ones right, you still hit. I think it's a great policy. No other DFS platform offers it right now. And I love the flex play. I got to get 2 out of 3 right. That's it. That's all I have to get. It's that simple. And I've done it 4 weeks in a row, only one of which would have been all 3 correctly. Less return, of course, but coming out on top. My picks this week, Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett. I'm stacking those 2. More than passing and receiving yards, of course, respectively. I'll take more than Christian Kirk receiving yards as well. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the comments section and the description. Again, it's prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Matchup number 3, Dak Prescott against the Blitz. Now, what I'm curious here is if the Giants and their staff feels more desperation and they decide to bring more pressure than what they have done in the past against Prescott. The Giants' blitz percentages by game, 48%, 56%, 63%, 34%, 12.5%, 40%, 84.5% against the Niners, 53-29. The Dolphins and Cowboys, and the Bills mixed in there as well, are the notable outliers compared to the near 50% blitz rate that Don Martindale dials up. Now, there are reasons for that. Predominantly, Wink won't bring the blitz if he's worried about bringing the pressure, right? Josh Allen scrambling, making plays. They respect Allen, the quarterback. They clearly did not respect Brock Purdy on a short week, by the way. The Dolphins, you can't blitz against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle that much. Bad things might happen if you get beat. And the Cowboys, historically speaking, Dak Prescott has dealt against the blitz. This year, 5 TDs. There are 3 interceptions. I will make note 2 of those came in the disaster performance against the 49ers. You take that away and you're still, even with it, you're doing really good. 7.7 yards per attempt at a 73% rate. To put that number in perspective, Dak Prescott over the course of his career, actually, you know what, just this season, is completing 70% of his passes for 7.6 yards per attempt. He's actually been better against the blitz in those 2 metrics. That's why it's dangerous for for opposing teams to blitz Dak. So I don't think Don Martindale will. If they do, it'll probably be some disguised blitz, because if Dak knows what's coming, that's where the good things tend to happen. Number 4, third pass catcher against the Giants' defensive backs. Now, I would argue very clearly right now, and for the betterment of the team, this Cowboys offense operates through its passing game with Dak Prescott dealing to CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson first. Those are your 2 best and most reliable pass catchers. Everybody else, let's see who's hot for that particular week. The numbers are not very good. We will come back to Jalen Tolbert, by the way, later on in today's video. The Cowboys are trying to get the ball to Brandon Cooks, so that's why he's not throwing a hissy fit on social media or anything. That's why he's not grumpus or taking time away from the team like they did against Houston. He knows they're trying to, but through a series of unfortunate events, hasn't worked out that way. That's why he's not mad. Gallup, though, is not playing very well. Turpin's a gadget guy. I would not be surprised if Pollard got more involved in the pass-catching game this week. Try to get him going a little bit, kind of take some of those runs away and do those quick passes, kind of replace the ground game with quick passing game. Don't do too much with it, though, Mike, because you've leaned away for good reason there. You'll pick your third pass catcher based on each game. Maybe it'll be Cooks this week. Who knows? Finally, the Cowboys against themselves. Because the Giants are a bad football team. Again, it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, I get it. They're a bad team. The Giants cannot beat the Cowboys by themselves. Now, the Cowboys can beat themselves. They've done it before. But this is a game the Cowboys. It's why the spread is so damn massive. So will the Cowboys cover the spread this week? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comment section right now. Some players to watch. I know you guys want to get Cooks involved. They've been trying. It's why Mike doesn't like the questions. He gets mad because he knows they're trying. Just some bad luck involved there. Jalen Tolbert, though, is the guy I'm going to watch this week. Because you're going to start Cooks. You're going to start CeeDee Lamb. Who's your third starting receiver? I think it is time for Tolbert to be that option for the Dallas Cowboys. It is time to put him out there and see if he can handle the full workload and not be the freaking liability that, frankly, Michael Gallup has been as of late for this football team. First touchdown pass last week of the season from Dak Prescott. 10 catches, 120 yards. I saw some of the chemistry stuff on display. When Prescott has to break that pocket because the O-line's not doing that much there, he finds Tolbert. Tolbert comes back to him. That matters. Give me more Jalen Tolbert. All right, next up, the safety room has been a point of personal pain for me because I love the group. I sung their praises. I love a good safety play, and they have been a disappointment this year. And maybe no player on defense was more disappointing to me last week and kind of like just skated by because of the way the game ended than Donovan Wilson. He was a team captain against Philadelphia. I get it. Tone setter. 1 tackle. 1 missed tackle. Played the most snaps among all your safeties. Really? That's all you did? Do better, Dono. I know he's a way better player than what we've seen this year. Maybe he's coming back from the injury still. I get that. He's got to get going. I need more out of Donovan Wilson right now. Number 3 is Terence Steel, the offensive tackle. Get better, Terence, please. The numbers for Terence Steel have fallen off a cliff. And look, to be fair, there is a difference between return to play, like Terence Steel has already done, and return to performance. Unfortunately for Michael Gallup, the return to play happened and the performance is not. I think these next 3 games, got to get right for Terence Steel. He doesn't trust himself or his technique. He's worried about planting. That's why he can't get to the inside as quick. And he's lunging, trying to get to the lineman quicker, and it's putting his base off. And if you waist bend, you're cooked as a tackle. Like it's technique issues bore out of not being fully comfortable or feeling he's fully back yet. That's going to take time, but it needs to take less time than what it's taken so far. Just the unfortunate reality right now. Owa Odighizuwa at number 2. Now, he is a bit banged up right now. I am waiting for the true breakout. The first 2 games were great from Osa, and he's shown flashes, but the consistency hasn't always been there. I wonder if Osa is your new DeMarcus Lawrence, a guy that might just cook against the Giants. That interior offensive line, not very good. Osa against the Giants in week 1, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, 4 pressures on there's under 40% of the snaps. Just the game was over, so they sat him, and he played great. I want him to get going again. Take away that interior presence and make life hell on that offense. Number 1 player to watch, DeMarcus Lawrence. I told you I wasn't going to do the best players every week, and I avoided Lamb and Dak and Micah today, which makes me happy. Take Lawrence. For whatever reason, as I've said before, tends to turn into DeMarcus Tank Lawrence when he gets a chance to play against the New York Giants. Statistically speaking, he has been one of the better players against the Giants overall. He's got, I believe it's 11 sacks in his last 12 games against the G-Men. He's got an entire season's worth of Pro Bowl results against them. And now Evan Neal's injured, the right tackle, where he'll get some rep against him. And so it's going to be Tyree Phillips. Yeah, Tank and Mike on this front might feast this week.